Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of Stellaris Nemesis, which originally aired live on Twitch. Nightbot wants some fun too. You know what? I'm marking Nightbot as re-eligible to win if Nightbot wins again. As long as it's not something important, Nightbot can have something token. Name the defense platforms Nightbot? I could do that. Alright, let's do that. Nightbot. Alright, Shutra. So here at Shutra, whoever these enemies are, I don't know who they are yet, but they have not colonized Shutra. As you can see, they don't have any structures here. So Sutra, they own Savasic and Pawa, but they don't own Sutra or anything beyond Sutra. Generally speaking, they don't skip territories. As you can see, I haven't skipped territories. I own a contiguous landmass. So I'm going to start serving Sutra and figure out where they are and what they're doing, trying to pin them in. And then my constructor at Marak is going to start building towards Exilian. And another... Yeah, it gets real expensive if you're skipping systems. It's a very poor use of your influence. You end up just spending more influence for fewer territories. It's dumb. The only reason to ever do it is to lower your empire sprawl, but I would not advise it. Whoa! I found an archaeology site from colonizing... What is this going to be called? Nibbles? From colonizing Nibbles, I found a planet, a relic world of 25 size. Ooh! Alright, I'm going to want to go down there. It's probably going to get me killed. Because generally... Oh god, I know what this is. But, yeah, that's an archaeology site and a giant planet. Cool. So, Nibbles, you have your own little system here. As you can see here, I am not even having this construction ship exploit the resources here at Nibbles. They're hopping right over to Afshitan, or whatever it's called, and setting up Afshitan. Because I'm trying to race to Exilian as fast as I can. Is that planet good? So, relic worlds are really, really good. And this is 25 size, which is... maximum size. There's ways to push it beyond 25, but 25 is generally speaking maximum size. Yeah. And relic worlds are sort of like machine worlds, but they're, ancient. Ancient machine worlds is I think a pretty good way to categorize them without upsetting too many people. Technically they're not, but you can think of them that way. More strategic resources of rare crystals found at Sutra. All the more reason to border gore at Sutra. So as soon as Afshitan is done, I'm going to have that constructor go to Exilian and lock down Exilian ASAP. Do you lose if you lose all your systems? No, actually, you lose when you lose all of your populated systems. So if someone came in and they destroyed or took over Yoda, Dark Mastery, and Jibob, I would lose, right? My empire can't exist without its people. So if you lose your population centers, you lose, period. Uh-oh. So... Oh, I found dark matter at Yanak Ma. Now let me pause for a second. So I have two options here. Trying to investigate the Epsilon aliens. Is this Epsilon? At Savasic. If I had a non-military ship within sensor range, I could abduct them. Let's do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to purposely abduct one of them and not pick a result until my science ship is within sensor ranges. Are we xenophobes? We are Gestalt consciousness, so we don't actually have traits like that. Given that we're probably heading to a war, I'm going to start to get armor. for my ships. Yeah, I'm gonna abduct and probe them. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, and I don't even feel bad about it. Yeah, we are robots. It was I pulled chat early at the start, and we pulled that we were going to be robots. And then additional to that, I polled everybody on all of YouTube, which I will get the link to in just a second. I polled all of everybody that wanted to vote what sort of gameplay that we're going to have. So here is that poll there. If you want to click that. At this point, it's a little too late to vote, but basically at the start of the series, I said, hey, what kind of empire do you want me to have? And the plurality said for me to be an exterminator. Basically don't use too many spies, just kill people. Zug zug. So we are, we're basically exterminators. That's my focus. All right, so I'm sending my science ship back to Savasic to nab some of them for closer investigation, because we are exterminators and that's how I roll. And one of my scientists leveled up. Now, we're not going to destroy all humans. We're going to destroy all organic life. A little bit of a loftier goal than all humans. All humans, you're thinking too small.
System surveyed.
All right, it's a little annoying to keep this Epsilon aliens thing up, but because I don't want to actually make the choice yet, I have to leave this up while I run. So, I'm sort of stuck here with it here until I have a science ship at Savasic, which I will soon. As you can see, the science ship's about to jump to Savasic. There we go.
Construction online.
So now, with my science ship here, I'm going to have my science ship survey Savasic, because he has to be here anyway. We are now going to abduct them, and they look to me like mushroom men. So, yes, we are going to go steal the mushroom man. I do have a construction ship heading to Exilion right now, and seeing that they don't have a construction ship heading to Exilion, as far as I could tell. Is this true? Yes. We beat them to Exilion. So, woo! Yeah! Party time! That means that we own this choke point, and what's going to be important for us to do is to own Akamar as well, at least. Ideally Sutra, but Akamar at least. And then this planet system thing that I can't even pronounce, it's going to be named Destroy with Roy. Yeah, they're the portobello mushroom. They will make for a good species on my salad. That's all I know. So I have one construction ship pushing my border out and another one filling in all of the mining stations behind them, as you can see. And then I'm surveying their system. Not that there's much of a reason for it, but at least it gives me an idea of the economic value of this system if I survey it. While I try to break through and figure out what species they are. Ooh. Cerulean Spider leveled up. And now has the Cataloger trait, which allows him to survey faster at Savasic, which is really, really good. And here at Exilion, I'm, as you can see, I'm the only ship here, so I definitely have locked down Exilion. One of the things I'm going to want to do is to build a starbase there to make it more challenging for the enemies to pass into my territory if they declare war. Putting starbases on your borders as bulwarks is a pretty handy thing to do. Uh-oh. So what ended up happening here is my science ship encountered a hostile station and is currently trying to evade. So as you can see, they're shooting at my science ship now because I failed at abducting them and I pissed them off, but I'm just going to try to abduct them again because why not? But what I'm going to do is my science ship had to warp out of there because their engagement protocol said to flee. But I should still be abducting them for funsies. But here, as you can see, I'm going to send my Navy up to their science ships. If they're going to shoot at my science ships, I'm going to shoot at their science ships. I'm actually going to... oh, wow, that's a huge world, too. Damn! I'm going to split my fleet into two. So I can kill their science ships more effectively. So let's do 6 ships in each fleet. And this other fleet is going to be headed up by Captain Slapty Pants. No, let's see. By Mr. Jackal. All right, Mr. Jackal. And I'm going to... here are these buttons. These are attack a specific target, orbital bombardment, indiscriminate, or selective. I'm going to set to indiscriminate. And then also the fleet stance, and I'm going to set them to aggressive, which means they try to actively attack everything within their sphere of influence, within the solar system at which they are, embedded. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm just aiming to kill their science ships, because even though I don't know who they are, we're hostile now with one another, as you can see here. And I'm trying to re-abduct them, because, well, there's probing to be done. Yep. It just be like that. Yep, that's a good way to put it. All right, my reinforcements are traveling... Oh, so my fleets here. Let's rename the fleets. Fang. Oh, wait. Who are... Daedora fleet. And Jackal fleet. Or Mr. I'll do Jackal fleet. There. Uh-oh. Pentagon just died, my envoy, trying to abduct them. I'm going to assign my other envoy to replace. Envoys are leaders that you get instantaneously, but they don't level up instantaneously. So my envoy that I previously had got killed in the abduction attempt, but was immediately replaced with icosahedron. That sounds like some multi-sided shape. My Latin's not good enough to know what shape that is.
Colony founded.
Okay, so unfortunately, we screwed up again, and trying to figure out what species they are has just become hellishly hard. Good job, guys. We also got a new tradition, and I'm going to get the tradition of database uplinks, which gives me a research subsidies edict, which I'm not going to use yet because that one would require influence, but it also gives me additional research from station output. Do you build ships individually or in groups? That's up to you. You can do both. So there's 2 main ways to build ships. There's one where you click on your shipyard over here, or alternatively, travel to your shipyard physically, which is here, and build the ships in this menu, or alternatively, go to your fleet manager, and here are my fleets. So both fleets are... One fleet has 5 out of 6 corvettes, one fleet has 6 out of 6 corvettes, and I could just increase the number of corvettes I want. And then when I click the reinforced fleet, it will build all the ships that are missing. So if let's say of my 2 fleets, my Jackal fleet gets engaged and 3 out of the 6 ships that are in the fleet get destroyed, what will end up happening is I'll have a reinforce fleet button that if I clicked it, it would cost the entire sum of all of the ships that it's missing in its fleet to replace. So it's a easy way to automatically replace all the ships that you've lost with a single click if you have the resources to do it. And this is generally late game how I build my ships and fleets, is in the fleet designer, the fleet manager. But you can build them individually. So if I needed just one ship or something, I could just build the one ship this way.
Online.
So for a single ship, I would be mostly building construction ships, colony ships, science ships, because you don't have fleets of construction ships, colony ships, or science ships. But for combat ships, it's usually through the fleet. Okay, we just found exotic gases at Baid. Oh, also Exilian. Let's name you Byron Industries. Oh boy, we're never going to be able to abduct them. We failed twice in a row. That's rough. That's okay. We'll just shoot them. All traditional like. One of our drones in charge of researching the Epsilon aliens report alarming news. An attempt by them to hack into the systems has been detected. Yes, they're trying to hack me back. This is a real hostile situation here. It's too bad that my envoy is low level, so that makes it difficult. Over here in Jimbob, I'm going to build a machine assembly plant so that we get population growing on Jimbob quicker. And yep, that's all there is for me to do just yet. Okay, I have a science ship. Okay, so this science ship here has been damaged. This is the one that got shot at Savasic. So there's a repair fleet button here, and what this is going to do, if I click it, is it's going to travel to my starbase, which is in Yoda, and get it repaired. Could I show my policy screen for 2 seconds? Sure, my pleasure. So my policies are, let me collapse these so you can actually read them easier. Expansionist, unrestricted war, indiscriminate orbital bombardment, aggressive first contact protocol, closed initial border status, balanced production, and purge allowed. We are an aggressive exterminator as a result of the poll that we ran. Also, whoever these Savasic Epsilon aliens are, they have scientists pretty deep within my territory. They're at Baid, and they're also at Akamar, and they are surveying, and I want it to stop. So I'm sending my combat fleets to go deal with that right now, in fact. But Ugron over here is a huge world that I should colonize really as soon as I can. So that's probably my next survey spot. In fact, my science ship at Akamar, go over to Ugron and survey that so I can colonize it. Okay, first contact just got even harder. Oh!
Anomaly detected.
Yeah, I don't have any idea that we're not going to be able to contact them. All right, so this construction ship is going to head to Hodius, and then the other one that's at Byron Industries is going to go to Ugron when they're done. Yeah, it's not just a useless envoy, it's that I just like systematically failed at every stage and just made the future stages a lot more difficult. I bungled a lot of things in a row. But what I can do is my combat fleet is chasing down their scientists now. So I am ejecting their scientists out of my territory, or out of my future territory. Why expanse instead of belligerent for policies? Sure. Expansionist allows me to build outposts more cheaply, which means I can expand my territories more rapidly, whereas belligerent allows me to have a larger fleet and claim enemy territory more cheaply. But if I want to expand into unowned territory quickly, expansionist is the way to go. Once my entire territory is fully established, I'll probably switch over to belligerent or isolationist. It will really depend on what I want.
Anomaly detected.
This is not my first playthrough in this new
Construction online.
I've completely played an entire campaign with Nemesis from start to finish already, so I am in no way unfamiliar with the game mechanics of Nemesis. But thanks for the warning and the heads up. All right, this scientist here, Cerulean Spider, is now fully repaired. No, you're not. That was weird. Why did you go idle? I don't know. But I just sent them to go repair themselves. I canceled it? Oh, that's my mistake, of course. Taking a look at my other planets. Dark Mastery is sort of running out of housing, but not yet, so I'm going to wait on it. Jim Bob, same deal. They're about the same population. Oh, nope. Dark Mastery just ran out of housing. So right now I have the opportunity to decide how I want to expand. And Dark Mastery Prime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it be a generator district. So if I build a generator district here, it will increase my Empire Sprawl by 1 because I'll have 4 districts, not 3. And what it's going to end up doing here is it will add 3 housing to this planet and 2 tech jobs. So that's one way to increase housing. The other way to increase housing is to build a Nexus. A Nexus here adds 5 housing and 3 maintenance jobs, and and a building slot. But I'm gonna have Dark Mastery specialize in generating power. Looking at the features, I don't have the tech to remove the features there. All right, come on. All right, as you can see, their scientists are being
entity within sensor range.
Whoa. Okay, they have a bit of a fleet. Actually, a bigger fleet than I have at Byron Industries, and they're messing with me. So the thing is, I'm not going to be able to build at the bulwark station here before this fleet comes claiming it. So what I'm going to do is go to my shipyard and queue up a bunch of corvettes to counterattack, and then I'm going to sell off some of the minerals that I have to buy alloys to build even more ships. So I have a bunch of ships queued up. I do have the Jackal fleet sort of geographically isolated.
Under attack.
And then this scientist here needs to stop and survey. This scientist here needs to go and hop over to the next territory. Bob, thanks for the resub. All right. So the Daedora fleet is going to travel to Destroy with Roy, or maybe even Nibbles, and wait for reinforcements. While these guys puff up their chest, and they're going to take over Byron, which means I'm just going to take it back. But now I have to focus a little bit more military. So I have only 12 ships, and they have 20. But then I can also sort of analyze what kind of weapons they have, given the sorts of shots they have. So this looks to be, if I take a look at the damage that I've suffered here, 100% of the damage that they've done to this this little station here has been missile-based damage. So if I really wanted to min-max this, actually, let's do this. I am going to design one more type of ship. A new design. Let's give this a name. It's going to be the Saichi class. Oh, that's a good name for this. The Saichi class ship here. The ship section is going to be picket. The reason for pickets, the pickets get point defense to be able to shoot down missiles. And then what I'm going to do is give this... what kind of missile damage I need to figure out what missiles do. So missiles here are really good at shield damage. So I'm going to have the Saichi class ships be mostly armor. Let's give it one of each. Mass driver and laser. And then more armor than shields. And this will be the Saichi class ship. So these ships are designed very specifically... oh, that was done by my station? Oh. Yeah, okay, hold on. Oh, no, they're a mix of mass driver and red laser. Okay. Oh, interesting. They have point defense on their ships. Okay, never mind. Saichi, you're going to be named something important next. Let's have you'll be the destroyer classes. So I'm going to retire these Saichis because I read that wrong. Thanks for the heads up. So what's interesting about this is they have point defense on their ships, which means that they're inherently weaker than the ships I'm going to be able to make. So that's good for me. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to be rallying my forces against theirs, but it will take me a second to rally those. Oh, they're coming to me. Okay, well that's going to be weird. Here, travel that way. Más rápido. And then follow the researcher. I'm trying to evade. Because as you can see, they're trying to chase me down. Alright, well, let's get... They might cut me off here. One thing I could do is... Alright, what I did here was I unassigned my scientist from this science ship so that my scientist can't die. And I'm going to do the same thing with my naval officer so that he can't die. Let's throw in a freebie Navy officer. I'm not going to name him. And have them try to go fleeing out of here. But in this way, I've preserved my better scientist from, you know, the possible death that they were going to face. So let's go ahead and roll out some more corvettes. And then I'll eventually build a science ship once I can afford it. Actually, they are just ignoring me. I don't know what they're doing. They're like sitting on Ugrone and ignoring me, which is very strange for them to do. So now with the Cerulean Spider, let me start to survey the Relic World next. And my fleets are just in temporary retreat. Let's call it. Ooh, more aliens in Baid. So my other envoy will start to investigate this horse thing here. What are they? They are definitely an enemy society because they have a science ship surveying this spot here. So Baid here is going to be really, really important for me to own soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel one of my corvettes and start to colonize Akamar. And now because I don't have I haven't like met these aliens yet. Another thing I could do is go to my shipyard and let's cancel 2 more corvettes. Turn this basic little outpost to a starport. Was that a terraform option? No. This thing? I meant to claim the system, yeah. I want to claim Akamar and then I want to claim Baid. Because Baid and Menkar are going to be significant choke points. What is this? They're just sitting here. Okay, I don't know why they're just sitting there. But that gives me a chance to build up my navy. Works for me. Yeah, brain damage. Yeah, it's pretty strange. All right, I'm going to put my naval officer back here because it doesn't seem like I'm being pursued for whatever reason. I may incorporate my archaeologist into surveying anomalies soon. All right, so first contact with the Epsilon aliens, they're on screen. I gain 24 influence for completing it. It ends the first contact procedure with the Jackley Mandate.
Comms initiated.
And this is who they are. Initially, I'm going to flip them off and say, I'm going to destroy you. And this is their geographical territory now. It's Savasic. I already knew that, and Poa. And I am going to build a spy network here with one of my envoys. I'm going to start spying on them. They are a spiritualist, fanatic egalitarian. So they believe in perfect equality and their version of a religion. And now that I have a spy network here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly increase my infiltration level to gain more information about them. And it will also give me the option to run counterintelligence. So I can run counterintelligence for money, for energy credits, mind you. I can build up my intel level, and then once I have enough intel level on them, I can spark diplomatic incidences, I can prepare sleeping cells, I can acquire assets, I can extort favors, so on and so forth. I can do political harm with my spies, but at my current infiltration progress of 1, that's not really going to happen. There's also a concept of code hacking and let's see, is it going to tell me? And encryption. Encryption is how difficult, the encryption level is how difficult it would be for enemies to code break you or you to code break enemies, depending on the encryption level of an enemy empire. And then code breaking is your skill at defeating encryption. And then over here, as you can see, my intel levels here are going to provide a little bit of intelligence about their fleets, research, trade, etc., 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 as I reveal more information about them. So it reveals more information. Now that I've formally greeted them, we're not actually at war. So that fleet, okay, and they closed their borders to me. That fleet that was sort of bullying me is not hostile with me anymore, because we have like a formal agreement now. Let's see. I am going to do quantum theory here, which is to gain more physics research from researchers. Basically, investing in my researchers being better researchers. And I'm sending my fleets. The Daedora fleet is going to head back to Yoda. Now, if I station around the Yoda home base, I pay less for the fleet because of the dry docks that the fleet has. So here, actually, this fleet does have dry docks. It has service umbilicals. So any ships that are docked here cost me 25% less to upkeep. So it's best if my ships idle where I have stations that have umbilicals, service umbilicals. Yoda is indeed the home world. Unfortunately, my insights into this species just got harder.
Construction online.
But I am expanding my territory out from Akamar to Ba'id. So Ba'id will be next. Actually, no, stop what you're doing and go straight to Ba'id now. Stop. Don't exploit the resources. Go straight to Ba'id. The reason straight to Ba'id is a choke point here. If I allow them to come to and own Ba'id, they can get to Menkar, and then they can come into my territory, and I don't want that. Let's also try to abduct these guys. This other species that I've greeted. I'm just gonna probably try to abduct everybody. It's not called crew quarters when you're robot. It's called service umbilicals. That's why I called it by its proper name. As you can see, service umbilicals. Is Sutra still in play? It is. Jackley Mandate hasn't formally captured Sutra, but the chance of me being able to get there before they do is slim. I can try. It's just it's a snowball's chance.
Anomaly detected.
A snowball's chance in hell. Plus, it's more important for me to go to Ba'id than Sutra. It's more important for you to lock down your choke points than for you to get a little bit extra research. Okay, so I did succeed in capturing Zeta aliens. Unfortunately, we captured their ship and none of their crew was left alive. a good first contact, you know, pissing them off and all.
Construction online.
The Byron Industries station is now online. Let me rename that properly. And then what I'm going to do here, ideally, I would have gun batteries or missile batteries to provide physical defenses. But instead, I'm just going to do anchorages, which increase my naval capacity. Gun batteries would make it harder for Jackley Mandate to invade Byron Industries because the station would be better armed. But just the fact of having a star hole or a starport gives it a nice, healthy benefit. And then if I really wanted to, I could add Nightbot defense platforms, which I won't do because I almost never see the advantage of defense platforms unless it's like a super high priority choke point. Where are my science ships? This surveyor has surveyed quite a lot of stuff. Not a whole lot of like treasure troves down here, though, I gotta say. My territory, although vast, does not have a lot of resources, unfortunately.
System surveyed.
All right, arguably it would be best if I skipped over.
Construction online.
What is this called? I don't know what this is called. Zyobir, and go for Ugrone because Ugrone has a massive colony. And then go back up. Now, it's also possible that the Jackley Mandate is going to want this system, as this is... What is their homeworld? Their homeworld is... desert type, it looks like, right? And then Ugrone here is arid. So they're going to want it. If I click the species tab here and go to toggle species and go down to the Jackley Mandates, yeah, actually they have arid preference. They prefer arid. So here, if I toggle species for Empire, this only shows you the species that are within my Empire. If I toggle it for the entire galaxy, this is a very, very weird way to figure out who exists in your galaxy. But as you can see here, if I sort by traits, the Jackley, the Baruvan, the Han, the whatever they're called. A bunch of these guys are really, really like arid preferences. Knowing that the Jackley Mandate really prefers arid preferences means that they're going to want this planet. Meaning that, you know, I'm going to want to lock them out of it. Ooh, look at that. Found one of their science ships floating around. Jackal Fleet, go mess with them. So now I have Baid locked down. I don't have the influence to get Menkar, but that's obviously going to be next. And I just discovered a wormhole with whom? Who discovered the wormhole? Oh, Impan. So what's interesting about wormholes is later on, given physics tech, you'll be able to figure out how to traverse through wormholes, and it can connect two very distant systems together through one hop.
Construction
so that's a pretty important you know, discovery to be had for later. Okay, we have discovered this new Zeta aliens.
Comms initiated.
And I'm gonna say seek and destroy to them as well. Then what I'm also gonna do to them is, now that I've said seek and destroy, let's open up contacts here. And they would be called, who are they? The Boss Pachituks Trading Coalition. They are ruthless capitalists. I am going to establish a spy network in their territory as well. And this is their geographical location. I don't know exactly their whole borders, but I know they're out this way. So capturing Menkar is all the more important, as I can see. All right, let's... next thing that this construction ship does is go out to Menkar, as they are probably one hop away from whatever this is. which means I might task a surveyor. God, you are still surveying over? Oh my god.
Technology
I might task a surveyor to go over there quickly. We did just level up our armor tech, so let's pick something new. And I'm going to pick machine template systems, which allows me to start robo-modding. Basically allows me to modify my own species to become stronger, which is very, very important if we're going to proceed that, you know, go down that that ascension path. And I'll explain the ascension path. The sort of the ascension path. This is a bit of an simplification, but the way the ascension path works in this game is you can either, if you're organic, you can go become a machine entity, become a spiritualist, or become a geneticist, like genetically modify your own species to become stronger. So there's those three paths. Now, as a robot, I'm not really given those three options. I obviously am not going to become a spiritualist or genetically modify myself, so it really is just a machine body. But here's my new scientist, who is has spark of genius, meaning he's good at everything. And let's name him after Jarhead Boone again. So I'm firing Jarhead Boone, and gonna name the new scientist Jarhead Boone, because Jarhead Boone didn't dysfunction and break down. I just fired him and replaced him. Hired and fired. Now, with the new armor that I got, as you can see, automatically, because I have auto upgrade enabled here, the tier 2 small ceramic metal armor has already been applied to these ships, which means that my current fleet can be upgraded if I wanted to pay for the upgrade cost. So the upgrade cost of upgrading the ships is 48 alloys for 12 ships. That's not too steep. I will do that. And I'll do that with the other fleet too, the Jackal fleet, and bring them both up to the highest possible tech that I have, which is not very high. The Boss Pachu Tux Trading Coalition wants to establish an embassy with me. An embassy here will help to create diplomatic relations between both empires, and I'm absolutely going to turn him down. No interest at all. Don't even know why he asked. Almost insulted that that question was even posed. Alright, I did mention that I wanted to task one of my surveyors to head over past Menkar here. So actually, Cerulean Spider, I'm going to have you stop what you're doing and head that way to sort of push to the edge of the Boss Pachitex. So the thing is, I think all of
fleet upgraded.
Unless there's a way to get through Cursa here, for the most part, I'm pinned in by the Jackley Mandate and the Boss Pachitux. So those are my, oh, sorry. I missed the whole pet Yoda. Hey, buddy. I'll even make it up to you by petting Tusk, too. So there is maybe a possibility until the Jackley Mandate owns whatever the system this is, that I can thread the needle out past them, and that might be worth me checking out sooner than later.
System scan complete.
Wow, that was a quick survey. But what's going to be important is for me to establish if there's any way around them to get around them sooner than later. All right, let's see. Call him Tusk. Checking in on my planets here at Yoda Prime. As you can see, I have one available job left, so I'm going to need
Anomaly detected.
Hey, girl. I'm going to need some jobs for my homeworld soon, and I'm probably just going to throw another research lab. I've also, while I've been doing this, I've been clearing rubble to make more room for more buildings on my homeworld. My homeworld is a ruined ring world, so there's just a lot of ancient rubble for me to clear, and in clearing it, I increased the amount of districts that I can have at this homeworld. Is basically what it is. I have never really played with any mods for Stellaris, so I can't really say that I can recommend any. I'm mostly for Stellaris vanilla player. For the most part, every time a new DLC run comes out, I play all of the DLC content from both sides. So when Nemesis came out, I wanted to try a high spying empire and a, galactic threat empire. And in that way, I don't really find myself with enough time to run out of stuff to do in vanilla Stellaris, because I play so many other games as well. Right, puppy? She is good company.
Construction online.
All right, so we do own Menkar, which is really good. And we're going to want to name Akamar, Bade, and Menkar after you guys. So let me do that. We got Wolf of Deceit for Akamar. We have got Retrograde Motion or whatever's next over Baid. And Small Street 88 for Menkar. Oh, and it looks like Jacqueline Mandate did get Sutra. So I'm not going to be able to travel. Well, I'd have to go to war to get Sutra from them. Time to thread the needle. I need the resources. Yes. Well, what I want to do is I want to push towards the Bachitux as fast as I can, and then I'm going to start threading the needle up towards through Cursa. But I'm also not really afraid to go through Jacqueline Mandate. If I have to go through them and fight them, that's totally fine. And in fact, let's add another anchorage there and add a surface umbilical. Surface umbilical has an upkeep of 1 energy credit per month. But what that's going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to dry dock my ships here, waiting to invade the Jacqueline Mandate if I need to. Or, not if I need to, but more if I want to. You never need to, well, sometimes you do need to invade people. I take that back. But I think more importantly, I want to expand into Ugron. So actually, let me undo the alloy investment I just paid in and buy some more alloys so that I can get a colony ship. So that when I have Ugron owned, I'm able to colonize it sooner. And I was just declared rival by Jacqueline, and I honestly don't know why I didn't declare rival on them before. But rivalries give me half an influence per month per rival. And also the Bachitux, it would be wise for me to rival them as well. And this would give me 1 full... Oh, you know what? My relationship is too good with them for me to rival them. Which is awkward. But my relationship with them is getting worse by the day. So I'll be working towards pissing them off enough for them to be my active rival. My hopes and dreams that the Pachitux and I will be at odds. It's a weird thing to say, but it's true.
System charted.
All right, let's start surveying up through Cursa. Or actually, I'm sort of curious about Borbagon, this sort of contested no man's land between me and the Jacqueline Mandate. So I'm going to survey that while this science ship, the Cerulean Spider, surveys up through the needle. And as soon as I get, let's just buy it. Bite the bullet and buy it. 5 more alloys, I'll be able to colonize Ugron. Tradition. Let's keep pushing the discovery tradition. So this one gives me research alternatives by 1, science level cap by 2. So my scientists can become higher level. And when I unlock research, a new species. When I unlock research, I'll be given 4 options rather than 3. So there's a species at Cursa, and that's bad news for me. So the envoy that was building a spy network at Jacqueline Mandate is going to be retasked to discover what the species is. Where are they? I don't even see them. Maybe this isn't a civilization that's going to pin me in. Maybe it is. I can't tell yet. But we'll figure out who they are. Watch my food income. I'm a robot, so... If you mean energy, you have a good point. But if you actually mean food, robots don't eat. They drink beer, as Bender has taught us, but they do not eat. I do have one more surveyor down here that is wrapping up my southern survey, but none of this territory down here can be easily annexed by anyone but me, so there's really no rush just to figure out what's down here, or for me to claim what's down there. I can do it at my ease.
Construction online.
And there's Ugron, and the colony ship will be done in about 150 days. And this here is going to be a mighty big colony of 25 size. That's really nice.
System surveyed.
All right, there's no point in me surveying. So this Guanash, I'm actually going to retask to head over to Wolf of Deceit and start to do the excavation from the archaeology site, because he is an archaeologist, so he has an innate benefit or an innate bonus to archaeology to do it faster. And also that Borbagon has already been grabbed by Jacqueline Mandate, so I can't go to Borbagon. That is a foregone conclusion for Borbagon. But Ugron can be named after one of you guys, so it's going to be named... Oh, I don't think I'm naming it that. Nope. I'm going to re-roll that in a minute. So espionage operation event pending. The Yodakin exterminators gain 5... I gain 5 intel on the Pashtuk's trading empire. My infiltration level changes by -5. The mission is accomplished. Let's go to them. And as you can see, my infiltration level is not that great. All right, let's try that again. Honorisu. That is a word or phrase that I can say. Oh, neat. It's a little bit of a light show. All right, Honorisu, and we'll also have an Honorisu Prime. How do I name the planets? All you got to do, well, you don't so much name planets. I mean, I guess you could by clicking on them and renaming them, but I am just renaming stars. Do wormholes connect to other places in the map? They do. So the Impan wormhole here, I don't know what's on the other side because I don't have wormhole tech to be able to tell yet. I can't travel yet, but it does connect to something on the other side. I just don't know where this construction ship should go. All right, so my energy credits. Why are you dipping so rough? I just plummeted. All right, what is going on here? Trying to figure out why I went from okay to ruined. Ada aliens. Why can't I nab them? I have a ship, a non-military ship with sensors within range. Oh, you know what? I think it's because... All right, I'm going to keep at it. I think I can't abduct them because they're not here anymore. They were here, but they left. So if my economy has gone to hell, it's probably because I don't have enough of my drones doing the energy credits, so I just prioritize energy credits. Now, unfortunately, what that's going to do is it's going to tank my my amenities, because the drones. This is a little complicated, but my drones were the ones producing amenities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the amount of researchers that I have here, because I think what ended up happening is too many of my my robots that were getting energy credits shifted over to research once that research building was done, and it bankrupted me temporarily. So I just shuffled where people were working and got my economy back balanced. Is anyone heading here? Yes. This researcher here. Actually, you know what? This researcher could just stop and head here. It's kind of a far run.
System scan complete.
But there's really no rush to survey this down here, so I'm just going to skip it and head north. So the survey here at Cursa is done. My constructors
New technology discovered.
don't have the influence to expand to it yet, but they will soon. And we got a new research. So with this new research, let's actually get more energy credits for technicians and more energy from starbase constructions to help out the economy a little bit. Man, I am gonna have a huge empire. Yoda streamer can. There you go. Yeah, this is if I filled in everywhere that I had surveyed, this is a
evasive maneuvers.
Uh-oh. Wait, who? So just north of Cursa here, there is hostiles. This is the investigation. Oh, gonna have to be over to my cam. Yoda's being abducted. This is the first contact that we have here. They are sort of messing with my science ship. So taking a look at this system here, they have already colonized it. As you can see, they have a station here. So I'm not going to be able to go up very easily. So I am, in fact, going to be pinned in by two different nations. But what I'm going to do before they eject me out of their territory, I'm going to send this researcher to poke around a bit because I have a unique opportunity to poke around a bit. So let's get poking, and then also let's build an anchorage and a servers umbilicals. Let's build the servers umbilicals first, so it'll be cheaper to house my armies at Byron Industries, and it seems like major bottlenecks here would be Destroy with Roy and Small Street. If I built stations here, it would stop.
Research vessel needs assistance.
Darn, really? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so they're in this system too. I'll just keep poking. But yeah, if I had major stations here and here, it would stop any incursion coming in from border. All right, so the Ada aliens here that I'm trying to interact with, the ones that are messing with me, I can advance the first contact protocols or start to hack into their database. So I'm going to start hacking them. Hostile hacking. Because that's what I do. That's who I am. Here's my colony ship that I made for Onarisu. Uh-oh. And Cerulean Spider just died because I sent Cerulean Spider into a bad spot. And they... Okay. They disassembled you. Well, I now have a target. So Rip Tanirisu, one of our scientists who died up in here. And we definitely have made an enemy. That is for sure. All right, let me tag you back as a eligible to win raffles now. I apologize. I thought I could sneak past them. But nope, you got blowed up. You just wanted to research anomalies? Well, that's not happening now, is it? We still don't have first contact yet. We're still Envoy Trapezium is going to push that ahead. You've been watching Stellaris Nemesis, which originally aired live on Twitch. I stream Stellaris Nemesis every Tuesday. If you would like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has the stream schedule, countdown timers, and links to Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep in mind that the YouTube series is a little bit behind Twitch by now. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll catch you next episode, or maybe, perhaps, an upcoming stream. Farewell.